What happened to Nautica Malone? The world has become desensitized to tragedy, and Nautica Malone's story was no exception. It started with a routine visit to a bikini coffee shop, where he was unknowingly filmed. The video spread online, turning him into an unintentional spectacle, mocked and judged by strangers. The weight of the exposure became unbearable, trapping him in a digital storm he couldn't escape. Overwhelmed by shame and scrutiny, he made the irreversible decision to end his life. His story is a chilling reminder of how easily society consumes and discards human suffering. At what point did we stop caring? And who will be next?
There's body cam footage of Nautica Malone.
Hey, back up.
What?
Hi, how are you? Good. Have you been here before?
Yeah.
Sir, you need to leave. Unacceptable. Unacceptable. Call 911.
On social media, man went viral after he was caught on camera pleasuring himself in the drive-thru at Bikini Beans Coffee in Arizona. He was later identified as Nautica Malone.
Please check in with your loved ones. Apparently one of his closest friends said, "I'm so mad at you right now. How could you leave us? My big brother, the funniest guy in any room you walked in, an unforgettable pillar in my life. I'll never let them forget your name. Long live you."
So I know most of y'all heard about the story about the man going to the coffee shop with his pants down, you know, doing what he doing and then pulling off. That wasn't his first time doing it. And the manager knew, or the employee knew, to record him. What I'm not understanding is, how is the mother of the guy and the wife of the guy blaming the lady for recording him? Mind you, he was giving off predatory behavior. Like, you know what, at a coffee shop with no pants on. Like, that's unacceptable. And y'all making excuses for these men is the reason why they feel as though they do no wrong. Blaming somebody else for him unaliving himself is ridiculous. And that goes to show that they held that man accountable for nothing. Let it would have been anybody else, it would have been, oh, he need to be locked up, da 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 da. But because he unalived himself because of something he did, clearly he got a mental illness. And y'all they blaming the lady. I hate mothers like that. I have a son and I love my son to death, but I will never tolerate, accept no bad behavior, no wrong behavior, him disrespecting women. His father don't disrespect me. He don't see no men disrespecting me. He will not disrespect women. He will always respect women, boundaries, everything. I hate women and mothers that don't hold their son accountable. Y'all blaming the lady for your son unaliving himself, but he's going to a coffee shop where it's hundreds of people, plenty of people, and doing it. Overall, that's unacceptable behavior, and no, can't blame somebody else for what he's done to himself. Hold these men accountable. It is what it is. Cause saying that lady bullied him, that lady did not bully him. She just made everybody else aware of him coming there being inappropriate. I don't care that it was a bikini coffee shop. She held that man accountable for what he was doing, and he got exposed. So that's the only reason why he did what he did. So yeah, hold him accountable. Bye. That's it. Done with my.
I heard they out here blaming that lady that wore them bikinis that worked at that coffee shop for that man that pulled up with his thing out and she recorded him. They blaming her for his suicide. Now that's just wrong. Like, This lady was getting terrorized probably by men every day. Not all men, but probably some men. And she was probably going to take the cases to HR or corporate about this situation. And in order to have a legitimate case, she probably needed some video evidence. And they said that he was a repeat offender of a guy who kept doing this over and over. He was hoping that one of these days she would just stick her arm through that glass window and handle it for him. But that's not what was finna happen, baby. She was recording it to probably take it to HR or press some type of legal charges against the company. And I don't care what you say. She was wearing a bikini. Who cares? That doesn't give a man a right to violate nothing. All them women on the beach wear bikinis. So they supposed to go out there where they think things out too and just and acting up? No. He knew what he was doing when he did it. He thought that he would get away with it. And once he realized that he wasn't, he decided to commit suicide out of pure embarrassment. And then I think he had a girlfriend or a wife who was making statements about it. Like, girl, how you didn't know your man's mental status or that he was out here being freaky when you wasn't around? You were supposed to be the one that handled the freaky stuff, not this other woman. And then you want to blame her for it? How dare y'all? To be honest, I would still sue the family for emotional damage. I would still sue y'all. She better than me because now I got the video evidence and then y'all trying to come at me? I'm suing the family. Somebody around here gonna pay for my therapy because how dare y'all try me? How dare you when he was the one out here being nasty and diabolical who was already on the edge and on the verge. This was the last thing that pushed him over, but he was already missing teeth. I'm just saying.
This incident right here is proof of the detrimental effects of gooning and pornography on the human mind. A lot of young men at the age of 12 begin doing these things and they think it's normal and cool. But as they get older, their dopamine receptors get so fried, they literally get desensitized to real life pleasure and they resort to doing crazy things like this in order to feel some type of way. Every time you goon, you release your life force energy. You wonder why you feel so tired and lethargic every time you go. That's because you're literally releasing your vital masculine essence. Gooning is free because you pay with your soul and your spiritual essence. And this is a call to all young men to break free of this toxic habit because things like this are very real. It desensitizes you to real life pleasure. It messes with the gray matter within your prefrontal cortex, which has to do with expressing impulsive behaviors. So when you do these type of habits all the time, you end up doing things that you're going to regret. I know this habit can be challenging to break, and if you guys need extra guidance, DM me the word freedom and let's see if I can help you out further. Us as men must unite and spread a positive message on this matter so we can free and liberate the soul.